Morning, Moosey.
Morning, Moosey.
I only stopped in her live last night because I heard Cal and Angie's box because they were like Cam doing them. Timothy, stop it. Anyway, and I think that's what we all stopped in there for because like we were listening to one thing and then like we got caught up in something else. And the voice message that somebody spoke in that group chat with Kenny and Angie was horrible.
Yeah, well.
Basically, the person, I don't know the voice. I apologize because I'm not really into all of that. And I know Chippy doesn't want to say it, but he, the person of that WhatsApp group that she was like giving the information, basically said in a voice memo that he wants and encourages everybody in that group chat with 8 other members to go to Canada to unalive her. It was horrible. He said that, like they played the whole thing. EQ Minx, is that her name?
Yeah.
We like her. But she played it and she was like booted for her message. Like she got a violation and banned for a couple days.
You know, the thing is, though, everyone sat here and, is shocked and whatnot, but these are people that are friends with EQ who says equally as outrageous things. I don't know, I stay away from all that side. I think it's how low.
I don't think I've ever heard. I don't think
the lowest.
In EQ's defence, I don't think I've ever heard her saying that she's going to go in on unalive people.
No, but she's told people to go and get ropes, and she's wished death on people's babies. So.
Ooh.
But then you also have all the creators that have said outlandish things, not just EQ.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, nothing shocks me anymore. So how low some people will go.
Yeah, those mods that were doing that exposure last night.
Lower?
Those mods last night doing that exposure on Mama Kaz, you could feel the pain in their voice. And not only that, I felt sorry for the pregnant mum who was demodded and spoken about in a bad way because she couldn't give big.
I missed the Mama Kaz stuff, Charlie, I'm afraid. Sorry. I was busy doing something else, if you remember.
Yeah.
While that were going on. So I can't really speak on that.
And then obviously we got the Canadian Angie versus Dean then. And on top of that, Mama Kaz called bloody, Papa Dean on Grindr.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Mama Kaz has been doing this shit for years. Like, she said that she was a victim of DV, and I don't think she was. And that she's done loads of shit over the years. She's just a beg.
I am, thanks, Tracy.
But wasn't there like rumours not that long ago that Papa D was meant to be having some sort of or had some sexual relationship with other people on the app?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm just trying to get to, where Mama, and I just can't get, I just don't understand. The way that I look upon Mama Kaz is, she's not a good representation for the trans community, is she?
I can't, we can't.
Start attacking, look, we all know Alpha Bar has got her faults, this, that, and the other. But the way that she's gone for that girl over the last God knows how many months, and not only her, Miss Red as well, not only have they come on and tried to shame her, but they've body shamed her. They've took the piss out of her personal hygiene, and this, that, and the other. People, if somebody is prepared to quick enough to throw one of their own members of their own community under the bus that quick, that's a red flag for me.
Okay.
That's a red flag for me because aren't we all meant to be in it together? And we know what it's like, coming from the gay community. I know firsthand how hard it is sometimes outside that community. So I don't understand why somebody would go out of their way to make other people's lives harder than what it should be.
Yeah, I never
And
understand.
I find that really, really sad, to be honest with you.
I'll
Really,
never
Kelly.
really
understand
sad.
people in the same position, people who are transitioning or whatever stage they're at, how they're going for other people who are going through that, because I can imagine that it's not easy, you know, and they have enough backlash from people who aren't part of that community, but for their own community to attack them, whatever they're deciding to do with their transition is just crazy.
Yeah,
I've got to
everybody's got
jump
their
down,
own
Charlie, but I'll be in the
individual.
comments.
Oh, no worries, Tisha. Everybody's got their own, individual journey in some sort of way. Whether you're gay, straight, if you're black, it doesn't matter. Everybody's got their own life journey ahead. But when, like I said, when you've got people going out of their way to make it harder for you, and they're coming from the same community, that's unjustable. That's just like, what the... and
Good night, loves.
look how bad they did go in on Alpha Bar, and in a way now, I feel the same sense they're doing it to Miss Faye. They're doing it exactly the same thing to Miss Faye.
Night, y'all.
Aye. Going to bed.
Yeah. I don't understand. I don't know if any... Lucy, have you got any recordings from last night to show what these... or give us a bit more in-depth tale without getting banned about the conversations that were going on in Canadian Angie's?
No, I missed. I turned off at 10:30 after all the unnecessary crap that went on before that. So I didn't. I saw a bit of the Mama Kaz thing. I did watch a little bit of EQ, and she actually covered something that I think is pretty bad. And she was trying to say that there's a lot going on the app that goes unnoticed from creators that aren't necessarily as big, if you like. So she played a clip of General G, and he was insinuating. Big, if you like. So she played a clip. Oh, I'm echoing.
1 minute, it could be Neil's because she's just come in. Go on.
So he was insinuating taking a girl out, dropping her a pill, R-ing her, getting away with it. If there's actions against you, putting her 10 feet under and laughing at a family at the funeral.
What?
Yeah, it was terrible. And she was like, these people, this is General G, just get unnoticed because they're too busy enthralled in the drama, on the bigger creators. But yeah, it was shocking.
But isn't this the guy that that got promoted and got where he is today through the other guy?
HS Tiki Toki.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know he's autistic, but that's no excuse. He said that with meaning what he was insinuating.
Morning, T.
And how TikTok allows certain stuff like that, and for it to be reposted. I in the last 2 days I've had violations and strikes against my account for just saying, like, pointing out the obvious. So obviously someone's reported it, but I've got strikes against my account. I'm like, how the hell can... It's just wild on here what people get away with. Seems to be if you say it on live, you don't necessarily get repercussions because, they can't catch you until it's too late, if you like.
Yeah. Oh. That's disgusting.
I'll tell you what, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I mean, what is wrong with half the people on this fucking app? Honest to God, I just don't understand. What planet are they living on?
It's worrying.
The things they do, it's beyond belief, innit? But it's, as you say, it's expected now. Like, just every day, it's just something else, and you start to become immune to like their behaviour. It's unbelievable.
It gets deflating because there's not a lot you can have your say, but that's it stops there, don't it? There's no actions you can take. There's nobody you can go to say, do you see this? That works for TikTok, for example. I am Olivia, thanks. There's no way you can go to just unless you open a police case against them and hope that you can get somewhere with it. But
do you think
nowhere to go to fucking sort it out.
I think that about views, because if the smaller creators are watching the bigger creators get away with outlandish things, and then they get all these views, people think the only way to get good views is to be outlandish and say crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, there's definitely like, there's nobody setting a high standard, a high bar standard that everybody else can work with. Work to. It's I am. Thank you, D. Look, yeah. Yesterday was yesterday. I don't want to say too much because I couldn't handle it today. But yeah, I'm all right today. I've got people.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, right? But I don't know any of my group of proper friends on in my real life that I hang around with. I do not know anybody that acts and behaves the way that some people on this app do. I just fuck it. It's just honestly beyond belief. Like, and Mama Kaz, there's no getting out of that. That she came on last night. She tried to kind of put it to bed and tried to kind of, give her a point of view on it and whatever. But at the end of the day, it's there in black and white. There's just no getting away from it.
Yeah,
She's
the whole
financially
place-
manipulating
Our
our
whole
gifters.
place-
It's just...
Sorry, Mills. Our whole face changed after I think Alicia and I think No Face was in there. And her whole persona after that completely changed. She was you can see, like when somebody's putting on a false front. And you could clearly see that.
We're just giving Alex, someone who mocks child.
And also, guys, I'm getting reports coming in. Apparently, Jem Zeno turned up to Boss Cully's place.
When
really?
yesterday?
I'm just still waiting for more information to come through. But these are the news headlines breaking this morning, people, so stay tuned.
Oh, she ain't whiter than white either.
No, obviously not. Obviously.
Oh my god, these characters, it's like...
But thank God I've got
I
my
despair.
people around
I
the
totally
app to
despair.
give you all
Good
this
morning,
information.
everybody.
Morning, V.
I saw that.
Today.
Boss Kelly done a video just, not so long ago, and Jem Zeno was there, and he says the reason he picked her up is so that she would give a harsh opinion about him, so she can tell everybody that he's not the person that everybody perceives him to be.
So what's Boss Cully meant to have done then?
Don't know. That he's a nice guy.
We've
Wasn't
all
he the
seen
one
the
that-
video clip. Those that
Wasn't-
come back to
wasn't he-
watch it.
Yes. When didn't he do something to an ex or something?
Yeah.
I'm not
Choked her in
100%
front
sure.
of- outside. He got hold of her neck, picked her up, and slammed her to the ground, and she was knocked unconscious. And the kids were in the van, parked beside it. The video's out there for everyone to
I remember
see.
this.
Well, there you go then. So
Charlie, I'm just going to nip down to get... I'm
And
just out of the
this
shower.
when he
I'll
slammed
be
the lady on the floor, wasn't this all recorded?
Yeah, the video's on TikTok.
Yeah.
You can find it, but it's not easy watching, obviously.
No, yeah. Trigger
And his
warning for that,
excuse.
people.
His excuse.
anyway, I've
for
got
that
to jump.
is
I've got to take Alfie to college, so I'll be back in a bit. I'll be listening.
All right,
so
no
big
worries.
love to you all. Are you all right, Chippy?
Yeah, I'm all right this morning, V. Thank you.
Oh, brilliant. Chin up anyway.
Yeah. Okay, love. Thank you.
But a lot of them. Bye.
See you in a minute.
Ivy.
Sorry, Lucy, go on.
His excuse when he was questioned about it by several creators, like Most Hated, loads of people have asked him about it. She spat in his face and was pushing him, and that's why I did it.
He actually threw her around like a rag doll, though, didn't he?
Yeah, she's only tiny, isn't she?
Yeah. I've been watching you.
Is okay this morning.
Breaking news for a few days. I absolutely love your lives and stuff, and what everybody is saying in here is absolutely correct.
Oh, thank you.
There's a lady in the comments, Lady J, that can back up what I'm going to say. I've been bullied. I've had my reputation destroyed. My character ruined for the last 6 weeks on this app due to a group of women that claim that I've manipulated them. There's Lady J. Lady J was actually a victim of theirs for a few days, but we got her back and built her confidence up, bless her.
I've
But
seen
the-
her going
this-
live. I follow her.
Yeah, this for grown adults on this app is absolutely bizarre. the paranormal community is disgusting. I've had men threatening to come to my door and smash my face in. It's been absolutely horrendous. And I've found this live for the last, like I said, few days, kind of refreshing because you're all kind of agreeing that things like this shouldn't be happening on the app. And it's just, honestly, it's crazy. They have absolutely ruined my character. My account was growing great. And due to telling lies, because that's what it was, I've lost 500 followers. I'm getting abused. My husband's getting abused. My friends are getting abused. Now listen, I am a strong character and I have a mouth like a drunken sailor and I can have an acid tongue. I am not going to sit here and tell you all that I'm perfect, okay? Because if they came to, well, I told the police yesterday, I said, I'm telling you now, if they come to my gate and my baby is in danger, I will absolutely batter them with my baseball bat.
Yeah, be careful
Right?
what you say though.
Oh, Shazzy Lou, do you know what? You're one of them, princess. You're one of them. So take your nonsense and out the back door.
Just be careful what you're saying, my love.
I will. I'm not staying long.
Careful what you're saying.
I will. But yeah, again, like there was one just now. In the comments. Listen, there is two sides to every story. And every time I try and put mine out, am I a keyboard warrior? Really? Okay, princess. Okay. Every time, like I said, Lady J will confirm this. Every time I try and put my side across, I get blocked, I get banned, I get mass reported. Funny that, funny. Why doesn't anybody want to hear my side?
Well, what we will do in here is listen to both sides. We will listen to both sides.
There you go. And I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lady J's just said a comment in here. Honestly, Lady J actually started putting support numbers up if anybody was affected, because it really did affect her. And I mean, that's all she was just somebody that came in my lives, but they went, they were messaging her, they were trolling her. It's not okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Are you in a position to name these people? Because I need to get the bigger picture of what's going on.
I don't know. The police, they've reported me to the police, so I don't know if I can say their names now.
If it's
The police rang me last night.
It's a police case, don't jeopardise it.
Okay, I won't.
I think it's. I think it's if there's the other side of the story in here, that if they want to get up and say something, but obviously not both of you in the box together, because this isn't about shouting matches. You know what I mean? So.
No, absolutely.
And we just want to protect you, Mrs. Vickers, because if it is a police issue, they need to be very, very careful. And in fact, I wouldn't say anything at all, and that's my advice.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you haven't got anything to prove. If you know it's the truth,
Absolutely not.
Then at the end of the day, you carry on and do what you need to do. But make sure and cover your backside before you do anything.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to drop down now because I'm on the school run.
That's all right, Sophie. You're welcome.
Well, thank you ever so much. All have a good day and all take care. Thank you.
Bye, lovely. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye. What I would say
somebody
is,
chuck me out. I can't get out.
Yeah, there you go.
if there's anybody on the other side of the argument wants to come in box, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, more than
You're entitled to your say as well, but what we're not going to do is have a shit show, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Dee, morning.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is good. Can I just say the point that I think it was Lucy made about Evil Queen bringing up that guy and what he said? I actually watched that. That was absolutely disgusting. He knew exactly what he was saying, and the way that he was saying it, she had to replay the video like about three or four times. But you could tell exactly what he was saying to do, telling people what to do to a woman. it was just, that wasn't right whatsoever.
If it wasn't for this time of the day, I would try and find the clip and actually play it. But obviously,
Okay, if you go over, I've seen it on Truth Teller 293, I think it is. They've
You'll be
got
able
it
to
there.
find it, type in General G in probably, but you'd need a massive trigger warning because I don't think EQ put enough out when she played it, and given what's gone on in the last few days on this app, it potentially could trigger a lot of people. Talking about laughing in the face of a family of a deceased person, after airing her, it was, not nice.
What possesses him to be online saying that sort of shit?
And the brain's not wired up right, or, there's something going on.
Something not.
Well, didn't somebody just say that he has autism or something like that? And I know that's not an excuse. I'm not using that.
Oh, is it? It's not an excuse, is it?
No, it's not. It's not because, if somebody is affected that bad with that type of mental health issue, they would be under safeguarding. So I don't understand where this has come from.
Yeah, it was something about it was recording a cameo, but obviously did it on the live. So somebody's actually paid for that to be sent to them, which is another level of worrying. It
was a cameo for somebody's birthday. So it was a paid cameo. Still a bit odd, innit, to want a cameo like that, innit?
Chippy, seriously, listen to it and you'll understand what Lucy and myself are saying. It just, you wouldn't want a cameo, trust and believe me, you wouldn't want that on your phone.
No. Sorry if my washer gets loud. Sorry, I'm washing again.
Especially when you've got people, like Lucky Charm is just saying there. Because that's like Ed Matthews and HS make jokes about art and spiking. Well, look at that night when he shaved off his girlfriend's hair.
HS is disgusting.
As
a man, the things he says.
Can I just say, I've been spiked, and my friend was spiked the week after as well. If you've never been, that's not the nicest feeling whatsoever. You can hear everything, but you can't move, you can't do nothing. I'm telling you, it's not nice whatsoever. So anyone even joking about that's absolutely disgusting. So
it's shaming the people that have been raped, basically.
Are we gonna do some thoughts on Miss Red yesterday?
Yeah, we can go over Miss Red's live.
I was. So obviously, I'm going to talk about me personally, and then obviously everybody can have what they want to say. But me personally, yesterday, I was actually disappointed in myself after she. I thought, all right, she's going to disassociate, blah blah blah. Should I go in hard at her? Should I go in soft at her? So I chose the softer option to go in at her, and I regret it now because of what she allowed after with Aunt Sally, etc. Because I thought that were disgusting what she was allowing her to come out with yesterday. And I was pretty mad after, to be honest. And I was like, now I wish I had that opportunity again now to go back in and actually go say really what needs fucking saying. I were disappointed. I don't know if anybody else was with what they had to say. Yeah, I would have been too nice. But I would have been classed as a bully. This is what I was saying. I would have been classed as bullying her and whatever else. So, but because I can either do it politely or unpolitely, I don't have an in between. So.
And they're the first ones to say, Chippy, that you shout at women and you go for women. So you're always now going to be mindful that you're trying to come across in a way that's seen as appropriate somehow, which.
Yeah, you are conscious, obviously. Morning, Gina.
But that's their narrative, Lucy, and it's their way of thinking. We don't think this.
No, of course not.
Because obviously they're going to twist the narrative on it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Charlie?
Hello?
Can I just I'm not going to stay for long. Just a really bit of advice. You do what you want in your room. But that Mrs. Vickers situation, I would stay well clear of it. It's a lot deeper than you think. Not just her, but the whole situation. It's drama, drama, drama. I would stay well out of it. And I know you're a fair person and you do exactly what you want in your room. But I absolutely categorically promise you, there will be nothing but trouble if you do. No hate against her or whatever. I don't, no hate. It's nothing to do with me. But it's a very awful situation, actually. Very much similar to the things that are going on that you're trying to avoid already. So just a bit of advice. Take it or don't. I'm just...
Yeah, I get you.
Do you know what I mean? I said no hate against anybody at all. No hate against anyone.
And, and honestly, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that.
Yeah, I just wouldn't get yourself involved in any of that. I wouldn't.
But
I
love the picture. Just got to say, I love your picture.
We rescue rabbits. So they're two of our boys at the minute.
Oh, Gina, I rescued a rabbit,
Oh no, don't. What are you going to say? To cook it?
No, listen.
Guys, we're not on a cookery programme. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Can we get back to the matter in hand?
Yes, get back. We'll have
I was going to tell a joke, Gina,
rabbit
but it's
talk another time. I know. Such a spoil sport.
I know.
I'm sorry.
No, honestly, sorry to interrupt your conversation. I just thought I really just need to tell you that. Please, a bit of advice. Just leave it well alone.
I respect that. Thank you so much.
No, you're all right. I'm going to jump down. I'll be in the comments, my lovelies.
Thank you, darling.
Bye, sweethearts. Bye.
I was going to do a great joke then, Charlie.
I'm sorry, Chippy. I'm sorry.
Can I Chippy, just going back to the misread yesterday, I think, and I did say to you, like, you've kind of got to read the room on this situation and it wasn't the right time or the right place to begin in and saying and kicking off. Do you know what I mean? Because you wouldn't have got a response. You would have been booted out that box.
I know, but I just think people were disappointed in me as well.
I think when you want answers off someone in situations like that, you have to come with a kind of, a different approach. And morning, Jag. And, as I say, I went in the box yesterday and I'm annoyed that I just simply didn't have more time for all the questions that I had to ask. I had them written down, I had them ready, but by the time she opened the boxes, I had an interview 5 minutes to go and I just didn't have that time to say what I wanted to say. So I'm a bit annoyed as well. Not disappointed in myself, but I'm annoyed that I didn't get the time to say what I needed to say because it was an opportunity to do it. But yeah.
Can I ask how your interview went now, is it?
What's that?
Can I ask, I've not heard, how's your interview gone?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's all good. Listen, they came looking for me, so they want me, but I've just got to go through the process. But it's fine. But yeah, as I say, when you go into these kind of situations that are kind of tender, you have to kind of, as I say, read the room and if it's an argumentative situation and you want to go in hot-headed, then fine. But when it's a place where people are looking for answers, you need to, approach.
Yeah, I just thought, because I was like, you could. I believe she were crying, and it looked like she were upset. You can disagree with me or whatever, but it looked like she were upset and she were crying. And I was like, I can't go in hard on this. But then some of the way she was speaking, I was like, nah. But
yeah, but you'll get more out of Chippy if you speak to her, on a level, right?
But I have sort of gone around the app and I've seen a few comments and that, and like people were disappointed that nobody went really hard at her. And I was like, yeah, I get that. I do get that.
I'm jumping down, guys, to go to work, but I'm still listening.
All right.
Listen, if you bye, Lucy.
Have a great day, Lucy.
If you go in hard, then whether she kicks you or not, one of our mods are going to kick you, right? So that brat will probably kick you out straight away. He's just an irritating little shit, him.
But then, Lucy, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Even if you'd have asked all your questions, you would have got deflection and deception. So what difference would it really have made?
I don't think it matters. I mean, at least the questions are being asked and she's been put on the spot to answer. That's the point, isn't it? Whether she answers it or not, but the questions are being put to her. And what that does is it shows her body language, it shows how she responds, and it shows on her face how she's thinking about that question on the spot, right? So, and not that I'm trying to make anybody feel uncomfortable, but I think there's questions that need to be addressed, and it was an opportunity to do it, and you've got to do it in the right way. That's the way I
But
think.
when you questioned her on what she did to Zach, she deflected and you were dropped. So
Yeah,
she
but I
didn't-
knew she was going to do that. I knew it before I went in the box, and I had a response ready to say, which I did say, obviously, which was that was a separate question. I'm not asking you about Zach responding to you. I'm asking you about you apologising to Zach.
I think in what is all happening regarding Miss Red, I think the majority of people now are questioning themselves is the trust is gone.
Yeah, definitely the trust is gone in
The
her. But
trust is gone. And we can see that now we can see that now in the numbers going in and the gifting. You know,
My thought
even
process,
the comments
Charlie,
will
is-
slow down initially unless they're on the attack.
Yeah, my personal thought process is that sometimes you have to allow people to change their minds, right? But then if they're changing their minds, they have to prove themselves then. Now, if she messes up again, I think she's actually done on this app if she does mess up again. Or if something new comes out that's pretty bad. I think she's done then.
I think it's already slowly happening, Chippy.
Well, I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm saying I think the final nail in the thingy, you know what I mean, as the saying goes, is if she does something again or something comes out again that's really bad. And I know she's messed up multiple times late FYP. I do, which is why I'm quite mad at myself after she allowed, like I say, Aunt Sally later to come in. I wish I'd have gone in after Aunt Sally, if that makes sense, because my whole mindset would have changed.
What I think will happen now is it's quite a difficult position for her to turn it around, because when you're a host of an FYP show, it's always going to cause some sort of controversy and drama, and she is going to absolutely slip up, whether she means it or not. It's going to happen because of the type of show that she's running, and she's going to get criticised no matter what she says from this point onwards because of what's happened recently. So she's never going to be able to turn it around in that way with this type of show that she does. It can't happen. And
But then this is the conversation we had yesterday. How many red flags do you need? I mean, let's be honest. In the last 2 weeks, she's done apology lives.
Yeah.
And she did her apology live yesterday, and 20 minutes later, in walks Aunt Sally. And she
But again, Charmaine, again, someone's like in there saying we can't hold Red accountable for what Aunt Sally said. We can, because she could have shut her down.
Yeah,
Could have said this is the live Aunt Sally, bye.
So should we go into this issue then with Aunt Sally, because what's gone on?
Right, can I
know
just
she
say
came in-
something? Because I know what Chippy's... Sorry, Mills, 1 minute. I know what Chippy's saying. When Chippy went in there, yeah, Chippy tried to say things respectfully because, again, he's a man. He will get called a bully. He'll get kicked out and everything else. Then after he heard what that Aunt Sally said, that was it. Mindsets were changed differently because she allowed that woman on that platform to turn around and say that. So I agree there with you, Chippy, 100%. What you did in the morning was right. So I agree with Mills. And again, I agree, everyone's mindset changed after Aunt Sally went on and said what she said about victims of certain things.
But
Which
it's
they
like
are
you
not
were saying
victims.
yesterday.
Again, you're all survivors.
I think when she came on yesterday with the new approach of she's hearing what the people are saying, she's hearing what the survivors are saying, being one herself, to then kind of not say anything to Aunt Sally after that, her comment about you can't class everybody under the same, everybody's different. She never said that. And I think when she strongly came on yesterday morning to say she's for the people, she's hearing them and she's one, I just don't get why that was never called out.
But then again, we're also not saying she's accountable for it. We're saying she shouldn't be giving these people the platform where she has got a big platform to say these things. That's what we're saying. She's not accountable for what Aunt Sally said. She's accountable for not saying, no, not on my live. That is what she's responsible for. She's responsible not for what Alex said. She's responsible for allowing him to continually go on her platform.
Can I echo on that?
I agree with me.
Sorry. I was watching Tyrone yesterday and he played the day before clip where she said that she's given him the benefit of the doubt, and then he played the next clip where she's saying that she's letting go of him, yeah? I'm not being funny. As Tyrone said, and there's two morals. Once you bring a kid into the situation
But why would you give a predator the benefit of the doubt?
Exactly. There's no benefit of the doubt when you bring a child into the equation. We're even talking about a child. There's no second chances. You've done it once. That's it. See you later. You're wrong, mate. He done it more than once before. What he was doing by putting Angie's head on Jimmy Savile. Yeah, that to me, Mrs. Red should have said, "Hold on a minute. What you're doing there is a bit wrong. Like, it's no." You know, she's for the people and she's the FYP and she's the voice of reason. You know, why did she become good friends with him within that 8 months for him to do what he done?
And I'm sure I said this before, Sonia. Like when she told Gracie and Mama Kaz to stop doing that to Zach because of his mental health. Why could she not have turned around and said to Alex all these months ago, "Stop doing that to Angie"? Like, and
exactly.
And she would have, you know, he probably would have done it. So
exactly.
I just
You should have booted him out of the
stopped all
box.
that happening. I think.
Something else, sorry. I don't know whether this is the same person, right? But this Tiki Toki, was you in Angie's box when I was in Angie's box yesterday?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a pure lady, okay? I'm not a man, and I think you were quite rude. Yeah.
Me too.
To me in Angie's box when I went in and spoke about Chippy, you were rude.
You spoke about who?
Chippy, the man that's above Millsy.
The man you came for yesterday.
I remember.
He was in Queen Mandy's live.
He called me a man, right? So at the end of the day, I don't know who you are and why you're in this platform.
This isn't the type of platform you should be coming to. Keep to the delusive side. That's probably more your type
I'm really
of...
sorry about that, but I had to. He was really rude.
No, go on, Sonia. Go on, sorry.
Yeah. So I'm not being funny. She should never have given him the benefit of the doubt. It's a little too late in my book because no. When you've got big creators on this app, right, that can go around and say what they think they can just come out with whatever they want to come out with, it gives a bad name to the app. But if you've not noticed, each and every one of them stick together. They are
Can I just interrupt a minute, Sonia? Because I'm going to have to drop Charlie. I will be back, but I'll be a while. I've got to take Young'un to school.
No worries, Chippy. Thank you.
All right, so I'll see you all later. Thanks for your nice comments, everybody, about yesterday and shit and stuff. So, yeah, thank you,
Andrew, don't want
everybody.
to smoke. Andrew,
I just, all right, see you guys.
Bye.
Bye, Chippy.
That's what I said yesterday, though. It's too little, too late now.
Definitely.
Can I just say something quickly? I caught a little bit of Alicia's live. I hope I said your name right. And I want to big her up because she is the first person I have seen stop big creators over talking other people. She had no face. You know, the ones that go into people's boxes and they just over talk everyone and they get president over everyone. She stopped No Face from coming in and shouting over everyone. So I think if more people started doing that, maybe these big creators would stop having such a big head because they're no better than anybody else on this app.
Exactly. They just think that because they're up there and they've got the numbers, they can sit and say what they want. And Angie's a good thing for that, yeah? She comes out with the most amount of BS and she gets away with it. No one says nothing.
Sonia, she knows whose lives to go in. I'm not being rude. She does know whose lives to go in. We sat on my live yesterday, had a really good live. She wouldn't come in there. As soon as we was in Queen Mandy's, she came in there. Again, she knows whose lives to go into, to who not. Just saying.
I'm just getting sick and tired of them coming in, saying their piece, ranting and dropping.
Can we hear from Kerry, please? Hiya, Kerry. Kerry? You're on mute, love. No? Okay.
You have to unmute yourself, Kerry.
Come back up if you need to. But yeah, guys, it's just, if you're going to start putting it all, all apart, what's the solution? How do we move forward on this? I don't think there is any moving forward on this thread, to be honest with you. Because, you know, how many more days or how many more hours is it going to be before something else comes out?
It's
And
not
then
that.
is it another apology and you get
But how
away with
many
it again?
apologies can they get away with? Do you know what I mean? And then fake tears. It's just all for you, all for the people that view her, and I really feel sorry for the people in the comments and that actually feel sorry for her, because it's all an act. It's an act to get you on her side. It's an act so that you put her on the popular thing. I just, you know, people in the comments need to wake up. If you've got followers and you like, open up your own live and have good conversations like we could do in here. Do you know what I mean? You don't need these big top creators like holding them up there like they're a hierarchy. I don't get it. I really don't.
They're going to get away with it as
They
long as
don't
everybody
care
lets
about
them
you
get away with
at
it.
all. They want your money in your back pocket.
Well, remember on Kamikaze's live, you know, maybe about a week ago now, a week and a half ago, and he said a little thing by saying these people that need to be outed need to be reminded around the app to keep outing them.
Exactly. It's just a matter of
Because
time.
there are certain things, you know, there's certain things you can get over but never forgive or forget. But there are deeper things on this app that's going on at the moment, because I'm still finding it
Put that
hard
in
to
the comments.
justify
Sorry, Charlie. Look, Sonia,
Sonia.
stop running your gums. I can run my gums if I want to, mate.
I can't justify in my own brain at the moment why you would give a predator a benefit of the doubt.
I'm
It
gonna
seems
put
to me
down-
they do it because they enjoy the drama of it all. And I'll tell you what, it is extremely dangerous.
Right, have a good day.
Remember, guys, you've got to remember, in all these circumstances that are happening around the app at the moment, you have to believe the victim until proven otherwise. Because half of this stuff that is going on is so hard to prove, especially when it comes to SA or Grape. It's so hard to prove. But you know,
But then I also think TikTok
I
is
make
not the
one
place to
mistake,
hear it.
and you know, and I'm the devil. You know, they go for me where every day is something going on about with Charlie, this, that, or the other. You know, I made one mistake, but these people are continuing to make the same mistake day in, day out, week in, week
Charlie,
out.
everybody makes mistakes. You know, you cannot go through life not making mistakes. It's how you handle it.
Yeah.
And at the moment, it's like, if it's repeated, why would people follow them? I don't get that.
Yeah.
You can make mistake, that's fine. But when you keep doing it, that's not a mistake.
Yeah, and I've only made the one mistake.
Right,
Yeah.
but again, Charlie, that was apologise. Right, again, you apologised, yeah? The person accept your apology, did they not?
Yeah, of course.
Right, well, if I accept your apology, that means that it's dropped. That doesn't mean just because I'm having a bad day or you say something that I don't like, I'm going to use it against you again. Life doesn't work like that,
No,
especially
but
once you apologise on a platform.
The thing on here, it is happening because, you know, I do keep be made out to be the real bad person. Yeah, I made a mistake. I owned up to it.
You weren't the only one.
But the issue is, I get more hate for that one mistake than these people, what they've actually doing on here. That's
Because it's
what I
being
can't get into
deflected.
my head.
It's being deflected. They're pushing it aside and trying to find something else. And that's what's keeping these people going. They
You know,
seem
you've
to
got
thrive
Alex
on
on
it.
there putting our faces on sexual predators. What the actual fuck?
Disgusting.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not, again, once you've apologised, the person accepted your apology on a live many times, it's over, it's done with. And the thing I'm going to keep saying, if she's going to call you out for it, she needs to call every other single person that shared that video. Yeah? Not just you. Every other single person. And I'll start putting a list together.
But
In a
then
court of
equally,
law,
Charlie,
in a court of law, T, she's got not a leg to stand on, my darling. Because, like I said, before I even started any of this breaking news show, you know, I've got, just because I come from the gypsy community doesn't mean that we're not savvy. You know, so don't you think that I've been down the legal advice and asked what I can say on here, what I can and what I can't do? I've covered my arse, and God, I can guarantee that woman hasn't got a leg to stand on.
Charlie, the one thing, listen, I've known you for quite a little while now. I know you're not a silly man whatsoever.
No,
you are very smart. I've sat and I've watched the other woman open her mouth and the stuff that comes out of it. Trust me, I don't understand what, well, again, it's 95% of trolls are in there. They want to laugh and joke at everyone else's misery. That's why they're in there. But misery loves company. Just saying.
Hiya.
I just feel that, you know,
How you doing? You're blocking me. It's tickety-tockety.
Oh, bye. You're not welcome here, my friend. I've told you that the first time.
I feel like it's getting worse, Charlie. And the only thing is, I don't get. I mean, people do thrive on other people's misery, and I think that's so sad. And that's you're never going to stop that. But I think how you handle it. Sorry.
Yeah, of course.
But how you handle it, that's a different matter. Entirely a different matter.
Yeah, but you forget half these people on this app, are adults, i.e. parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles. Everybody is teaching the next generation how they should be acting. Well, if this is how everyone else is acting online, and again, I'm no angel, but my kids know I'm no angel. You come for me, I'm coming straight back for you. That's just me personally, but again, I don't sit here and preach stuff I know nothing about, and I don't sit here and call people names. It doesn't make sense.
You've got true enough friends, which, you know, this is true now. If I say something and you feel it's wrong, you let me know. And I respect that because sometimes you're not thinking. But you'll say to me, Sarah, stop now. And, you know, if I take notice of you, fine. But when I don't, it's my own fault because I haven't shut my gob.
Yeah.
So I take the repercussions, and that's how it is. But at least, you know, if you've got true enough friends that say, wow, that's gone too far now, but they don't seem to be taking any notice, they don't care.
It's just what gets me, Gangster Granny, is the double standards, because they're quick enough to come on here and expose or try to expose certain people, and we've all seen the evidence that people that have actually been charged with being a pedlo or taking charity money, blah 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 blah, but they're still being allowed on their platform. But then they've got the cheek to sit there and go for other people that are fucking innocent.
Why do you think it takes days for certain people to come on the app and say what they want to say? Right, again, we'll put it like this way. Sarah goes on the app and Sarah says something that I find disgusting, or I know other people on the app would find disgusting. I'd be straight up into the box. Sarah, get down now. And everyone's seen me do that to many of my friend group, who are my actual friend group. Again, certain people, I'm not going to mention no names, they take days to come up. Didn't we have this conversation, Charlie, the other day when I turned around and I asked, has she been up yet? Has she said anything? No, well, she hasn't.
Look at the exposed man you did yesterday on Irish Kelly. Half of that stuff I wasn't even aware of.
Yeah. Cooper, I have to give Cooper majority of that credit. I really do, because she did do amazing, like getting her
held
story
herself
out
really well.
Yeah, hello everyone, getting her story out there. She did really well. But like I say, I've only known her since last year, and I've seen the daily struggles of with her speaking about Cooper all the time and saying these nonsense things that are not true at all. And I have had to witness that. Dee's had to witness that at times. Like,
how many people in the chat have been branded a pedlo by Irish? Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Well, I've been started to be called a wrong un since yesterday. I don't know how I'm a wrong un, but I know it's not nice. So never mind someone going through it for 4 years.
This is right, again, I'm going to state, right, if I don't like Mandy, I don't like her, me and her can have a grown-up conversation, then I don't need to follow her, look at her, or even talk about her. I don't need to turn around and call her a wrong un.
No.
That doesn't make sense to me.
The big issue with it is, Dee, you know, you've got Irish Kelly on here that's meant to have mental health issues. You know, and I'm not saying that she hasn't gone through some sort of essay either in her childhood or in her later years or whatever. But then she's on here producing content like that the other night with bloody Alex.
Yeah.
You're like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah, this is the thing with a lot of...
It's like basically taking a nappy off of somebody that's full of shit and going up to a victim and rubbing it in their face.
Yeah.
It's fucking as bad as that. And people are not realising that.
This is the thing with a lot of creators is they use their mental health as a way to get out of things, to get out of situations that they've caused, and they'll use it to their advantage.
On top of that, Mandy, you've got Aunt Sally, you know, saying that we should be forgiving our perpetrators, you know.
Yeah.
You know, we think about it in a different way. No. No, there's no way that I can sit in front of some sort of peddler or some sort of unaliver and have empathy.
I could never sit in front of the people that did what they did to me. You know, I went through grape and stuff. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to, because it does trigger me. But I went through all that, and there's no way would I sit in front of those people and accept their apologies. Are people mad?
These are the people that people are still sitting there, man, and supporting. You know, same as Miss Red. I don't want to keep referring back to Miss Red, but Miss Red's one of many hundreds of people on here. You know, but then you're allowing by saying, well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
So that'll be like me jumping on the app,
You wouldn't say
kicking off
that
with
after
everybody.
that video was coming out. It's like I said the other day on my live, she's a fucking grandmother.
Yeah.
But it would be like me jumping on the app, kicking off with everyone, and then going on the next day saying, that was my mental health.
Yeah.
Nah, you can't do that.
That's what everyone does, Sarah. They all do the same thing. We all suffer from mental health. I'm sorry.
Yes.
We do.
When you get these people coming around the app now saying, oh, I'm into safeguarding and this, that, or the other, and you know what they're like, there's no safeguarding in place at all with half of these fucking people.
Wow.
I did ask everyone, how could someone with no face safeguard anybody? I've asked that for a time. You're sitting there all listening to a person you've never seen their face. Go see my videos. You can see who I am blatantly. You can see my face.
Yeah.
Because I will show myself. I'm not being rude to anybody. If you're sitting there watching a screen and you haven't seen a video by this person with their actual face on it, then you don't know who you're talking to.
You haven't got a clue, have you?
But everybody was quick to stick up for this same person.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't get whatsoever. I'm sorry, but I'll never get that.
I don't understand how people, you know, get on with people, make friendships with people that they've never even seen a picture of or seen them on a video or on live
How could you give
stream.
somebody the benefit of the doubt, knowing what he's just coming out with on that video, plus obviously all the winky pictures that have been going around, plus this, that, and the other accusations? Would you really sit there and think, yeah, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt?
No way.
How much more has that bell? All right, I know she's walked away, but the point is, how you know, in what time scale are we going to be in the same situation with her?
Yeah. We're not because we don't think like that. I'm not being rude. Not everybody on this app sits there and follows everyone around. I come in here because I like the conversation. I like the people that are in here. I really like the way Charmaine sits there and she explains stuff, because even yesterday she kept saying, how many times are we going to allow this to happen, which is true. Because the more I sit there and think about it, hold on, I've listened to certain creators, and I wouldn't even call them creators, certain people say stuff, oh, I'm sorry, then they go back and they do hang on, I'm sorry again. So again, I get exactly where Charmaine yesterday, her conversation was coming from. I get where Chippy was coming from, because as soon as we heard the Aunt Sally fit, my heart dropped down to my stomach, because if I was in there, I wouldn't have been able to hold my tongue. And I'm being quite honest with all of you. You would have seen the different side of me straight away, because I don't believe Misread allowed that woman to sit up there, and you could have cut it, Misread. You could have turned around and said, okay, not being rude, but not all people who have experienced that, and I'm going to say it that way, are going to appreciate where you're coming from. There's three sides to every story.
So to quote somebody in the comments called CA, are we saying that Misread has another apology to make again today?
Well, apologies run short, don't they? You can only say sorry a certain amount of time. Good morning, everybody. Pick up Mandy.
Good morning, Dee. Good morning. Good morning, darling.
It was absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Of Cooper.
It was good.
4 years too long she waited for this.
Yep, she did. Definitely.
But the best part of all that is she bided her time and she hit when it was hit.
Yeah.
So guys, can I ask, so what are your views individually in what Aunt Sally did yesterday?
Good morning, Charlie. That's basically what I jumped up to say.
Go on, Victoria, go on.
Morning, darlings. How are you all? Are you all good?
Good morning.
I just myself. I'm not a victim. I'm not a survivor. Thank goodness. You know, I had a great childhood, and I'm gutted for people that didn't. I am friends with a 74-year-old woman who suffers trauma every single day due to what happened to her in her childhood. Now, when that woman who's written a book and advocates this, this trauma and everything else, sits in a box and says that her trauma was worse than anybody else's and that she's healed, so basically dismiss it, get over it. I was screaming at the phone. And I just thought, you stupid woman, you have probably triggered so many people. She dismissed what Alex said. She basically said that her trauma was worse than, well, she did say, not basically, she said her trauma was worse than everybody else's, and that she sits in front of people and tells them what they've done to people. Is she on drugs or something? Seriously, I'm not even joking. Is she on drugs?
She's on crack.
Gotta be on something, because that was ridiculous.
So, Victoria, yesterday I turned my mic off. Everyone knows when I go quiet, I'm telling you, I had tears running down my eyes. I'm being honest, I had tears running down my eyes because what I heard after all that just, I swear to God, if I could have got my hands on it, again, no one's trauma is different from it. Listen, it's a lot different from everyone else's. Everyone else carries themselves a different way. Yes, so no one, just because you would do something doesn't mean it's going to work for someone else. That's what I mean by that. Again, like you said, a 70-year-old lady is still going through that every day of her life.
Yeah.
I was disgusted. I just thought you have just dismissed thousands of survivors. I like to call them survivors. They're warriors if they've got through it. She just disrespected them and dismissed them. She just dismissed their trauma.
Guys, can I safely say, so not only has she come on saying that we should give empathy for these type of criminals, but now is she actually shaming the victims in type of way?
Well, it's an American thing.
Absolutely. I mean, she just dismissed them, didn't she? It was like their trauma wasn't as important as her trauma.
Right, Victoria, everybody, this is an American thing. It started in America, yeah? When criminals did whatever they did, their offences, yeah? They turned around and started getting the victims in to face them. So if a parent's child was shot, you know what I mean? Sorry, yeah. They got them in and they would sit there face to face. Now, again, I'm going to state some people can do that. Some people cannot do that, yeah? It doesn't mean everybody is the same and everyone could sit there. I personally couldn't sit across from someone without something happening, and I'm being quite honest here. Quite honest. I had other people come into my room yesterday who was in floods of tears because they heard what they heard. My good mate on this app was in floods of tears because I hate that word trigger because I've never heard it so much till I've been on this app. As soon as she heard that, I knew exactly what was going to happen to her, and it did happen to her. And again, I couldn't even speak to her because I'm sitting there with tears rolling down my eyes going, what do I say? What do I say? Because I know my mouth and I know how strong my views are on this.
Well, I had
No
to
one
jump
should be
out.
shaming anyone. You are all warriors for what you have overcome, and it's a day-to-day experience. Please remember that, ladies. And if you need any help, please call the numbers. A family, friend, whoever you are most close to, please go and talk about it. You're not alone.
The
Well,
thing
and
is, I mean,
friends
I'm seeing
said.
comments of people writing in the comments that I feel after listening to what she said, I feel like it was my fault. No, it's never, ever, ever your fault.
No.
Please believe it's never, ever your fault. And I'll send out, as much positivity and strength to you all as I possibly can. That was absolutely abhorrent what that woman said yesterday, and I'm sorry,
No,
she's
it's
absolutely
appalling.
disgusting.
It's appalling.
Awful.
It was meant to have been an apology. Right, no, it's not, but it was meant to have been an apology, right? No, but listen to what I'm saying, right? But, she addressed Alex, right, fair enough, but then she said that she was going to go back to how she used to be, blah, 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 but then she allowed Aunt Sally, at any point she could have cut her, she could have thrown her out of that box. And she didn't. She chose that. It's her platform. She chose to let her finish. That was disgraceful, especially somebody that suffered with it as well.
Well,
she's
I
a
was
host.
just
You
gonna
wouldn't
say-
listen to that, would you?
I was just going to say that if she said that she's been through that as a child, CSA, why did she let her sit there and say that? Because
No.
surely you would have piped up and said, hang on a minute, my trauma is no different to your trauma. Or no, not no different. My trauma, it's not a competition. We're not in a piston competition here. My trauma is just as valid as your trauma.
Yeah.
Well,
So
it's
why
not
didn't she say
valid.
something?
Well,
should
yeah,
have.
but, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what trauma you've gone through. It's still the same impact. Nobody's more worse than the other. It still has that impact on your life and people around you.
Exactly.
Where was the numbers to phone afterwards? Where did Miss Red turn around and say, I'm
Well,
really
she just
sorry
sat
what
there
you just
and
heard.
didn't take that.
Here's some counselling services. Please, everybody, go speak. Whatever she
She
needs
ain't
to say,
bothered,
she
is
didn't
she?
say.
Well,
All
Miss
she's
Red,
bothered about is how much money she can get. That's
Well,
all she
exactly.
cares about.
Well, Miss Red, if you're listening, you're a fucking disgrace. What you've done to all those survivors. But it's not just the survivors, it's the people that still haven't come out and seeked out.
Yeah, and the people that haven't spoke forward maybe now think, oh well, should I let my perpetrator apologise and everything?
And the moral of the situation is, guys,
Yeah,
are we
because that
going to
makes it
allow?
all right.
Yeah,
Are we
it's
going to
all
allow?
Charlie.
Are we going to allow her to come on today and just say sorry?
No. Can I speak? Can I speak? Yes. So yesterday, a few people on here know how triggered I was with that. Hi, Mandy.
Hi, Quirky.
So
Hello, Quirky.
A lot of people know what is going on, what goes on every time I go in a box and everything.
Yeah.
Story. But anyway, so I will talk about my trauma. I don't care what people say in comments and things like that. So it really triggered me yesterday, and I know it triggered Jojo as well, which is really horrible, and a lot of other people. So if I thought praying would actually help, or if I thought things like that would help, or anybody, wouldn't we have tried that a long time ago? I'm not religious and I'm really sorry for anyone that is, but I hate things being shoved down my throat, as in, being told what will help and what won't help. So obviously, praying, and it felt like they were going to do this rebirthing thing, like dunk you in water and you come up and everything's
Well,
fine.
the
that
thing
type of
is,
thing.
it's coming a bit across sort of like culty.
Yeah, that's what I
vibes.
thought. And I watched the thing when Mazza went in, and I watched it back and back and back. And if you notice, the bishop did on, and then all of a sudden, as soon as Mazza started explaining and saying, Aunt Sally was wrong, blah blah blah, and trying to speak to Aunt Sally, the bishop put his picture on and leant forward and folded his arms, which is really aggressive behaviour, and started. And I'm thinking, this is just doesn't matter what you wrap it up in, whether you wrap it up in religion or anything, it's still wrong, and it's still manipulation and control and everything
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
when you can't use religion as therapy. Because as soon as that I hear that or I see that on the app, I think American cult type of religious thing going on.
I thought yesterday. That's what exactly what I thought on that live. That it was trying to say, you know, and I was in Mandy's live yesterday, and well done to keep her, because I used to go in the live a long time ago when she used to do exposures and stuff. And as I went on another live later on as well, under one of my other accounts, and everybody's like, even for things that are really, really, how can I say?
Giving somebody empathy or expecting them to be forgiven in some sort of way, isn't that some sort of judgment that you're making?
Yeah.
And on you know, these Christian people or believe, you know, people of the Bible, you know, religious people, isn't that meant to be frowned upon? Because didn't Jesus say that you shouldn't judge others until you are judged yourself?
I don't know, because I don't.
He did right. He did say that.
But yeah, it just felt like because they were throwing the religious element in, that was their way of saying, well, and also kept repeating, we've had.
No, I'm trying to prove a point, as in it's a bit like pot calling the kettle black, isn't it? It's
Can
like,
I just
you know,
say one more thing? What about all the people that who went to the police, who've done what they were supposed to do and still didn't get any justice for what happened to them?
Exactly.
How can they forgive when they never even had justice? How about all these ladies and gentlemen that have never even reported it because they know how much trauma they would have to go through to report it and still wouldn't get a case out of it at the end of it? So please, someone explain to me, just because one person's had the fortune of it all being dealt and done and you can move on with it, doesn't mean everyone else can. So please take in accountability for that whenever you're opening your mouth and you're speaking. And because you write a book, you're only up there to plug your book. It weren't about nothing else.
And can I just say something? Can I just say
you
something
don't deserve that
important?
platform.
If
Sorry.
anybody is struggling with mental health issues or any addictions, or if you're a bit lonely and you want to reach out and talk to somebody, please call Samaritans 116 123 or text shout to 85258. Please don't go to people on TikTok for
But another
help
thing
or
I was going to
advice.
say is that obviously as soon as Sally got up, Red turned her messages off. I do feel like when people are talking about things like this, that the comments really, because you can't put trigger warnings in when the comments are off. And, you know, nobody can put, I know the comments can be horrible and stuff and there's a reason, but no one could put trigger warning in because the comments were off.
Quirky, let's get this right, yeah? Red has gone way past going back to how she was. She proved that yesterday by allowing Aunt Sally say what she said and didn't even drop her and say, I'm sorry, I can't agree with you coming in here, go on your own platform and you speak about it on air. I don't agree with you.
Yeah, I agree.
People are saying things. People are saying in the chat it's another deflection on what's gone on with Miss Red and the Alex incident.
Of course it is, of course it is. Do you know something? We all should stand together, right? Whether you've been through that trauma or not, yeah? Everyone should stand together as a collective to get these people off the app. Because they've got no remorse, they've got no empathy, they've got nothing. They're only in it for what they can gain. Now you see all these big creators being outed and what they do you know what I mean, to get to where they need to get to.
But guys, I'm going to ask a question, and I don't want to be controversial here or be rude or make anybody feel a bit uneasy. But has anybody actually in these boxes actually been through any of the things that we're trying to talk about?
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah, I have.
And you personally, Mandy and Victoria, how did that personally affect you yesterday after that live?
Massively.
Well, like I said, I mean, it really, really upset me. Like I say, I've not been through it there, but the grace of God. I'm not a believer, by the way. But like I say, I'm very good friends with a 74-year-old woman who never got justice. It was never reported. Back then, it wasn't a thing to come forward. If she had heard that live yesterday, I dread to think what she would have done. It really, really, really upset me. Like I say, I was screaming at the phone, and I'm not a survivor. I'm just a normal person getting on with normal life, listening to TikTok, but that really, really pissed me off. And I felt so bad for everyone else.
Someone in the comments say, I've been through something that I don't want to talk about it on here because it's nothing to do, but I picked up the phone to Dee just to get it off my chest, didn't I, Dee?
Yeah, you did.
Because it hit me like a ton of bricks. But, you know, like I said, I don't want to, it's done, I can't change anything.
And this is the point that I'm trying to get to, because people are saying, well, you know, you're Charlie's making them talk about it. I'm not making them do anything.
No, you're not.
I'm just trying to make Miss Red understand, if she's listening, the impact the people that have had these issues or gone through this type of abuse firsthand.
And I know some in the comments are saying, well, just switch off, don't watch, whatever. When it's an FYP show and there's people in boxes, you don't know what they're going to say. So by the time they start and you switch it off, you're already triggered.
The problem with that after time, is you may switch off and you may flick on to the next live, but it'll be spoken about in there.
And is that not a way of silencing survivors?
Of course it is.
Can I just say, you know, like everyone's saying about switch off and don't watch this and don't watch this. People are actually being through it. It's a day-to-day experience. It's a day-to-day thing that you live with. It just isn't about you come onto TikTok and it's on there. It doesn't help that it's on there.
Why don't they stop coming on here and talking about stuff that's majorly triggering all these people? Then, you know, it works both ways, doesn't it?
Yeah, but also, Charlie, you've got to remember, people come on here for support as well. So if that's their means for support, because there's survivors out there that haven't got nobody.
The only support they're asking for, trust me, is their fucking pocket.
Charlie, I'm going to let Chippy in.
But this is what
No
I'm
worries.
saying. People come on this app, right? Not, you know, a lot of us don't come on here to make money. We come on here to find friends, to socialise, and also to get, you know, find people that have gone through different scenarios, but for support and help and coping mechanisms, what they use to try and get them through the day. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, you can't blame people that want to come on here. It's the people that are bloody doing their lives and not shutting them down. Because of the creator.
That's one of the reasons I came on this app. That is the reason I came on it.
Well,
So
this
you're
is what I'm
completely
saying.
correct.
But these big creators, they do influence people. So when you're watching them, whether you're in there or you're watching them on the outside, if they shut them down, that gives you a sense of satisfaction. Well, I'm actually being heard.
Hi,
You know what I
Pumpkin
mean?
Pie. Can we hear quickly from Pumpkin Pie?
Hi there. Can I just... Sorry, Pumpkin Pie. Please accept my apologies. I'm going to run, Charlie. I've got the kids again today.
worries,
Still not well. Won't forget my pants today, but I'll speak to you all later. Love you all. Bye.
Hi guys.
Pumpkin Pie, go on.
I was just going to say that you can't get empathy from a narcissist.
No.
It doesn't matter how much you try and educate or explain or let her know that how people are feeling. Nothing is going to get through. She doesn't care. And half of that yesterday was, I really do believe, was absolutely planned to trigger people. It's literally done for that reason. So
They have a script.
I really believe so. Well, I don't know about a script, but it's certainly.